Good afternoon. So I'm in my studio recording all the reasons of core conditioning, crunchless core, and trying to focus on reasons that people may have poor core health and what we can do about it. So let's look at 5 signs that you may need better core health. So we've got number 1, back pain. It's maybe screamingly obvious, but honestly, you know, some people don't realize that it's a lot of it is that is down to poor core mobility and strength and flexibility. So even people who are working out a lot and think that they're doing things right for their core as far as being strong in the core, they may not be stretching the core or doing mobility exercises to keep that movement flow going and to enhance it. Other signs that you may have that are in that way related. So not only will your back, it may be that your back is weak or strong. You have to do both things. Okay, it may also radiate pain then into the hips, the knees, the shoulders, because these other areas are trying to compensate for your weak core, your weak or over-strong core. And you have to go through a series of exercises to find out exactly what that is, which one that is. And often, you know, it is just a case of working on both to understand which one's the weak one, which one's the strong one, which one needs more flexibility. And so it's a total overall health that you need to look at on that core for that. Number 2, you get tired when you're just standing in a queue, or it's part of your job, and you may be starting to lean to the side. First of all, we lean to the side, don't we? And you know, take the weight all in one area, all over to one side. So we are then got poor spinal alignment. We've lost the spinal alignment because we've got a weak core. And then also, you know, that will raise areas from that. And then from there we start to lean. Oh dear me, it's hard standing in a queue, and you know, or leaning back against walls, and in the end, how many times do you give up because you're fed up of waiting? Now, often that isn't because you're bored and fed up of waiting, it's because you're getting tired and you're standing in that queue because your core needs better health. So that's number 2. Number 3, struggle, and we see this a lot, from lying up, right? You're lying in your bed and you have to go, oh, can't get up. Mind you, I'm like that when the alarm goes off in the morning. Oh, nah, not this one. We'll wait for the second alarm. But it could be that you've got poor core muscle, so you can't get up. So we need to get that into perspective. You know, this often is the case as well. Oh, we'll lie on the side and we'll get up and we'll go up from that, which is very good if you're starting to try and think about getting out yourself and starting to progress. But at some point, you need to be able to get up and down. Again, see it so much, stop getting up and down, and that's wrong. Get up, get down. That has to be as long as you can in your life, to be getting up off the floor and down. It's really important, and believe me, it's not I'll do it less, it's I'll do it more, because you do it more, you get stronger. Do it less and start making things energy efficient around your house, like not stretching up to put things out of cupboards. You know, you've got to use your core that when you lift out of cupboards, and if you're not putting them, you're putting everything eye level or below, then you're going to start to train your core less as well. So there's a lot of things you can do functionally in your own home to assist that as well. You know, get somebody else off the floor because it's heavy. If you've got a weak back, then yes, but if you have to get somebody to come and lift a box that you could usually pick up off the floor, then it's a sign that you need to get stronger. Not that time is over for you lifting boxes up anymore and you're going to pass that job on to somebody else because you can't do it anymore and you're going to give in to it. No, there's no reason why you should give in to that, at all, unless you've had operations and you're not allowed to use your core for a while. Then, of course, you've got to regress to progress. So certain considerations, yes, but only if you've been told you need to stop doing stuff. But, it's very, very rare that a doctor will tell you to stop doing that for the rest of your life, okay? Because it's a functional, a daily function that is going to have a knock-on effect on the rest of your body if you cease to be doing it. Often people take that as literal, that can't do any more lifting, full stop, for the rest of their life, so they're not going to. And it's not always the case. It's a case of go, strengthen your back, get it flexible, and then start to progress forward. So that's number 3. You struggle from getting lying or a sitting position, finding that you are having to more and more to get up out the chair. Going to give myself a push there, going to give myself a push to stand up, or a rock even. Going to have a good rock to get up. Weak core, start to strengthen that. You should be able to get up out the chair with arms out in front. Arms out in front. And there's a good one to just start to practice just from that start point there. Number 4, poor balance. We have often, when we've got a weak core, we have a forward movement of the body to compensate. So that is going to throw you off your centre of gravity. So you need to have a strong core, because it's going to encourage you to have more falls. If you don't, more falls, and things will become very tiring, very fatigued very quickly. So think about that poor balance leads to falls. Nobody wants to be falling over, and breaking bones. That's important to do that. Think about, can you stand on one leg? Little test with your eyes closed. It is hard. It's very hard. Stand on one leg with your eyes closed. Can you do that? How long can you do that for? Small things. If you have got a weak core and you're off balance already, don't try that one. Just practice some balance exercises. On my conditioning camp, my conditioning online and off, daily videos are coming to people on there. As you know, if you're on it now, you're watching it. And this enables you to get practice. So there's balance, there's back work, there's lots of things that are back strengthening, back flexibility, core strengthening and core flexibility, balance exercises using different types of equipment as well. So finally, on the 5 signs of your core is your poor core health. We have number 5, and your posture. Your posture. You find when that you are leaning forward, slouching, then it's poor core. When you're driving, poor core. Always be checking in with your core. When you're walking now, a lot of people, have already started in that state of starting to lean more forward. So when we start to stand up straight, it often feels like we're leaning backwards. But check yourself out in the mirror. Once you feel, and it feels very, very awkward as well, because we've got so used to gradually starting to come forward and relaxing. So that would be a normal posture of relaxing for me, sort of everything's thrust forward and that. But if I'm growing another 2 inches from the waistline, rolling, letting the shoulders relax, I'm engaging the core automatically from there, and I'm slightly feel like I'm leaning back. And that is the way that we should walk around, so that we are engaging the stomach muscles as we are moving around. And this as well, it keeps you very, very a lot of back injuries come from sudden impact. It might be that you've got tight muscles. Some people have tight muscles, and when they reach, it's that one that pulls the muscle in the back, or when they lift, it's compression in the discs. Then that's often what happens as well. By keeping it flexible, the compression in the discs, keeping the core, keeping the spine flexible, keeping the core strong, these are all going to all eliminate the issues. Sciatica, we know, is a huge one. Get your core healthy, core, pelvic area healthy, and you're going to be pain-free. That's important to that, because we know that sciatica is compression on the nerves, and we need to keep ourselves mobile and free to prevent that from happening as well. The one big thing that people tend to do is to accelerate their the back work and the core work when they've been told these things at a great rate of knots, when they've gone from 0 to don't know how fast in 10 seconds, you know, and it's not. You've got to gradually start to pick these up. So if you were to suddenly, say for example, just changing your posture, if you just suddenly start to go around walking like that for 10 hours a day, then you're going to feel backache, because it's a big change that you're doing. So think about everything being gradual. Everything, instead of doing it for 7 hours a day, you probably won't be able to be fair, because you'll fatigue, but do it for just a few minutes out of, say, 10 minutes out of the whole hour, trying to change your posture, and do that for, say, just three lots of 10 minutes for 3 hours during the first day, the first week, every other day, and you build up like that, just like you'd build up your fitness. Hope this helps. I'm going to finish off with just 4 exercises now. Great mobility into this work. So we've got mobility, and with the mobility we've got as well, so a combination. Let's make it a little bit interesting. So down, we're going to go on to the side for some side plank work. We're going to make it a mobility exercise first. So come down, turn the bottom leg underneath, and look all the way down the line of your body so you can see your big toe. You're resting on the elbow, and you're just going to lift up the arm, and then lift up as much as you can and flow down to the floor. So we're going to lift, flow, 2. We're just going to do 4 of those, 3. A little bit of mobility in the spine, in the waist, 1. And then you're going to hold it up to have the strength work. Hold, 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 hold. If that's easy for you, and you can do full planks, full side planks, you do a side plank. Starting from knees first and holding. You're going to hold those for 30 seconds. And then you're going to release down, bend that back knee. We're going back to 4 lifts, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shall we come up and hold again? Full or half? We're going to hold, hold, hold. That's good. Waking it up, waking it up. Remember knees if you want. Hold. So combining mobility and strength. Stay strong. Think about the spinal alignment, so your neck as well. So this is if you don't have any issues right now, okay, and you've got a good standard of core fitness, but not, and you know you need to work it. So it's not if you've got any weaknesses right now. I would regress you quite a lot before we move on to some of these. We're going to do the other side. So we're going to lift and lower, 2 and lower. We'll go 2 more. Put the hip all the way down, because we're doing mobility. We're not holding it up there till we come to the final one. Let's lift and hold, hold, breathe. Think about opening the shoulders so you're allowing the chest to expand, and you're drawing in an imaginary belt around the core area. So you're pulling upwards. Keep your head in line with spine. It's a tendency, and I did it then, to drop it down, but keep it in line. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Release. We're going to do that again. Ready? Turn the palms down. You're going to lift for 4. Release. 3, 2. Go one more. Hold, hold, hold. Full or half plank, you choose. Strong, head up, head up, head up. You should feel that quite intense around here, around your obliques. Strong, strong, strong. 4, 3, 2, reset down. Well done. The next one we're going to do is over on all fours. I'm going to go from a cat and cow position for mobility in the back. So we're drawing up through the centre of the core, dropping the head down, allowing the traction of the weight of the head to gently pull you into the mat. Your shoulders and elbows and wrists are stacked, and your knees and hips are stacked. That means sitting on top of one another, so they're not out to the side. You've got a nice flexion and extension of the spine. We're reaching. We're going 2 more like that. 2 and 1. Look upwards, tuck down. Then we're going to turn the toes under and come to a full plank. Hold that there. Hold, hold, hold. If that feels okay, if that feels quite easy to you, walk the hands 2 steps forward and keep the head just in that position. You're pushing a little bit back into the heels. It gives you a little bit more advanced pose on the plank, holding it like that. Breathe, because you're at a bit of a weakness with the angle of the arms and having to draw the abs in more. If it feels too much, all of it, bring the knees down and stay in that posture too. So hold there, pulling muscles in the tummy, 100%, then letting them out so they're 30% engaged. Breathe. Keep the weight in the arms. Again, what I tend to start to see is people pushing back into the shoulders and letting the shoulders do the work instead of expanding the length of the abdominals. Breathe too. Don't hold your breath. Breathe. Perfect. Now come out for a moment. Take a little stretch here, and lovely, lovely back stretch in your core health. So flexibility of the spine, giving it a little chance to relax before we repeat it one more time. Bring it forwards. Lift. Cat and cow. So your knees are stacked. Shoulders, wrists. Inhale, rise, curling through the spine. It's almost like a massage for the spine. Now, if you can feel you're coming up in like 2 clunks, 1, 2, 1, 2, then and you're not getting that nice open arch and being able to look up, then that again is a sign that you need to do more back care health. That's all it is, and you can do that. It doesn't have to be rah, 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 treadmill work, anything like that. Just simple core movement. Let's go. One more. Come into your plank, and either staying on knees but taking the legs forward, or stay here. Breathe, hold. Hold. If you are staying on knees, you're dropping knees back. It's not in a cat pose. It's taking the knees a little bit further back. Breathe. Eyes on the horizon, looking forwards, not down your body, and not upwards in this position, just in line. So you choose which plank you want to do. Advanced, you're taking the hands a little bit further forward and you're on your toes. Hold. Strong, strong, strong. Breathe. You have to hold your breath. You're doing it wrong. Breathe. You're holding your tummy too tight if you're having to hold your breath. Breathe. 2 and 1. Reset down. Come back. Good. Come all the way up. We're going to do one on the feet. So we want whole spinal mobility, pelvic mobility as well in this. So we need to not only look up here, but we have to look down and around the hip and the whole of the core and the hip area too. So I love to do a little figure of 8, but I'm going to add the figure of 8 onto a standing crunch. So you can work your abs standing up to do them. So you can put fingers on the wall if you need to do this. Feet apart. We'll do a hip pull, so the hip. You can or not. Elbow comes up, crunch, come over, and crunch. One more. Elevate. Crunch, crunch. Arms up, crunch. You can put your toe down if you want, or keep it suspended to work it harder. Lift, figure of 8. So that is keeping all the sacroiliac area around there nice and rich. 2, if you want, 3. Side and the back side. Let's go. Figure of 8. Elbow up. 1. You're trying to touch that knee and you're curling over. Imagine you were doing them lying down. Balance. Figure of 1. Curl. 2. 3. Good. Why not? Let's go. 1. So you feel that little bit of light relief. Why not? Enjoy the side. So you don't have to do crunches lying down on the floor. 1, 2. Nice and slow as well. See, you don't have to injuries from doing exercises when you do them too fast, and not when you're doing them fast. They're like last time. Let's go. Arms, let's crunch and back. 2 and back. Deep abdominals. 3 and back. Other side. 1, 2, 3. Nice, loose round the hip. 2, 3. 1. Okay, so my conditioning crew would then choose from one of the stretch options to follow that up with. So if so enjoy guys, and I hope you've enjoyed that, and see you tomorrow for more of your crunchless core workshops.